do you break traffic laws?
I do.
Okay, if you do, how do you get away with it?
I'm subject to the same penalties as anybody else. It depends. Like when I'm not at work, of course we're all guilty. I've been on my cell phone while driving, and just like a bunch of other civilians that are on their cell phone just don't get caught. Some people get caught, some people don't. The laws are out there for the safety of the people. So you're supposed to be driving, you're supposed to have 100% attention on the road, but hey, you can't always be perfect, you know? Cops are human too. I've gone through stop signs, red lights. We all make mistakes. If a cop, cops
look out for each other.
If a cop gets pulled over by another cop, he's subject. A cop has the right to warn and admonish. All right? He is subject to a summons just like anybody else, but the cop also has a right to not issue a summons. That's up to the cop. It's likely, yes, a cop will warn another cop and not ticket him. Off duty, you're not supposed to. It's when you're not in uniform, not working, you're supposed to be following the same rules as everybody else. But it doesn't mean you always do.
Because off duty, doesn't that mean you're just a regular civilian?
Well, cops are cops 24/7. They're always supposed to. If anything goes on, they're supposed to respond. If there's an emergency, they're supposed to take action. But as far as just driving, yeah, we're supposed to follow all the rules.
Do you get tickets often?
No.
Do you get tickets ever?
Cops are subject to the same penalties as civilians.
I have all the time. What would be like an example
I
of?
was driving to school this morning at a red light, about to hop on the LIE. The cop just passed the red light, kept going straight ahead.
Just kept going?
Did
he turn his lights on at all? Or
Not at all.
No, he
just
was
cut
on the
right
phone
through
as
traffic?
well.
Yeah, straight on.
And
Excuse
he was
me?
on the phone.
He was on the phone too?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you think it's fair, or like if what's an outcome of this problem if it continues? Like if they continue to break violations, do you think it's going to affect more and more people?
I personally think like citizens, when they see the cops breaking the rules themselves, they're gonna be like, if the cops are breaking it, why can't I do it? I've seen red lights, stop signs, I've seen them park on water, fire hydrants, and leaving their cars there. So if a random citizen sees that, they're gonna sort of start doing it too, probably.
Themselves. Have you ever experienced a police officer making a traffic violation that you yourself would actually get a traffic violation for?
Yeah, I've seen them both run lights without their lights on. I mean, if they have their lights on, they're obviously going somewhere. But I've definitely seen them roll through lights.
Have you seen them like flick on their lights, like right before they're gonna run a red light?
Yeah, it's
and then,
happened.
Like, flick it
Sure.
right off.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think they they feel that they have the authority to do what they want.
Do you think it's fair from our standpoint that we have to abide by the law and that they can just break the law whenever they want?
It's not fair per se, no. Yeah, I mean, I think
Is it like acceptable behavior?
I wouldn't say it's
Is it
acceptable.
okay because they're cops? Or?
I wouldn't say it's acceptable behavior because it's a slippery slope. If they can run a light, then they can also beat somebody up, or it's not just as simple as them rolling through a red light. It's just you want officials to set an example, right? So
Exactly.
I think that's where we're getting at.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Police qualifications are more rigorous. We have a whole 6-month academy. We have a driver training course for a week.
Now, what about like people above you, so to say, like
My supervisors?
yeah, lieutenants and higher ups? Do you see them abusing their power, and how does that board, that advisory, the inspection board, do they even have to play by those rules, or do they have their own set of standards that they make for themselves because they're in a higher up position?
See, the people that are in the inspections,
Right.
who inspects inspections, right?
Right.
It's a good question. I don't even know the answer to that.